Hey everyone, it's Dungeon Class, and I'm Gonzo. I'm here with Logan and Mark. First video with all three of us in front of you, and we hope to amaze you with triple the amount of fun that you're going to have by watching this video. Today we're talking about our Fun with Monsters Gelatinous Cube edition, and if you don't know what a gelatinous cube is, it's one of the classic monsters of D&D. In fact, let me tell you exactly what they do. Gelatinous cubes scour dungeons in silent, predictable patterns. They leave perfectly clean paths, in their wake, and they consume living tissue while leaving bones and other materials undissolved. A gelatinous cube is all but transparent. That's one of the problems, is you don't often see it.
He sees right through me when he walks on by.
Making it hard to spot until it attacks. One of the main things about gelatinous cubes is that they're pretty slow. But we want to change things up. We don't want to do it this way, right? No. So what's one of the first ways that we're going to change a gelatinous cube to its current edition into something more fun?
So one of the things we've run into while facing gelatinous cubes is that they have an intelligence of 1. They're just kind of these crawling.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. They're just kind of these crawling, living dumpsters in a sense. So they just kind of like a Roomba. Mm-hmm. They're the Roombas of dungeons, where they just go through and they clean, they do their thing. And we figured a fun way to mess with that would be to make one smart, to have an awakened, so to speak. I mean, the origins for this could be anything. It could, run into so many mages and dissolve so many of them, and it just kind of learns to absorb intelligence. Maybe every time you're stuck in one of these, it takes away points of your intelligence every so often if you don't make the save, until eventually it becomes smart and awakened.
Yeah.
I mean,
so instead of acid damage, it does a intelligence drain or something if you don't break out of its grasp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, imagine going.
I would not last long in that case.
No, no. Fighters and barbarians would very quickly descend into just same intelligence as dogs and cats and stuff.
Yeah.
So this takes smarter and smarter, so it can eventually cast spells and do things like a wizard can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could run into it when it's very first starting to do this, and it's like, I am the gelatinous cube, and it's got an intelligence of 6, and you could play it very close to like a goblin or something else that's kind of notoriously dumb or stupid, until eventually,
or me,
or you,
yeah, it just sounds like me, yeah,
maybe, or it could eventually be, just with a little acid-proof monocle. Well, I do say, good adventurers, how art thou? Just really high intelligence. And it would, maybe detest violence and things that are base and beneath it. And maybe instead prefer to barter.
Right.
Or to interact with the players, that allow for a lot of role play with gelatinous cubes.
Great idea. Love it.
So that's pretty neat, because the socialization aspect would never occur regularly when you face a gelatinous cube as a group of party normally does. So this could be something that has a quest for the party, like maybe it's trapped as a trap, in a pit, and hey, help me out of here. I'll help you. I've got a whole bunch of stuff stashed away that I haven't dissolved, or whatever it may be. So that right there changes the whole game. And again, what we're trying to do with these monsters is make them different. So not only is the DM having a little more fun, but the players who would normally know what to expect are going to be thrown off a little bit.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
But we can change more than just its brain power. Mark, how else can we change a gelatinous cube to make it different?
Yeah, so we thought it'd be interesting to change the shape of it. So why does it have to be a cube? Maybe it's a gelatinous sphere or a gelatinous tube. It kind of rhymes with cube. So imagine if the wizards that was creating this didn't roll well or whatever, and he was trying to go for a cube, came up with a different shape. So right away, that changes how the thing moves. So if you have it as a sphere, it can move a lot quicker. So maybe instead of 15 feet movement, maybe it's now like 40 feet of movement or 45.
Or 50.
It's moving really quick, right? Or if it's a tube, it moves like a slinky, and it can it can go upstairs, which would be, one of the strategies to get away from a gelatinous cube is, go upstairs where, well, now this thing could go up and follow you. So it moves and it could bounce around like that. Another thing is a tube, like if it wants to chase you and it's on an incline, lay down on its side and it starts rolling down. So now it starts picking up speed. We also thought it interesting to, instead of being acid kind of thing where it's eating and eating away stuff and cleaning as it goes. It messed up when the wizard was created. Now it's adhesive, like a mimic, and so it can grab stuff. So maybe it sends that pseudopod out and grabs something like a lizard, lizard tongue, grabs it and brings it to you, or as it rolls around, it sticks things to it. So like that tube or the sphere, whatever adventurers get caught up in this thing, whatever, all adhesive are sucked to it.
Oh gosh!
So imagine trying to hit it when you've got some of your party mates wrapped up in this thing that's moving around. You're like, you don't want to hit your person. So that'd be an interesting take on the shape of it, anyway.
Yeah, the shape and like you said, its power set with the super glue ability. There's strength checks being made just to get out of its grasp, or it's putting someone in front of the party. So now you'd have to hit your own teammate, which depending on what group you're playing with, that may not be a hindrance at all.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
It really depends. So that's another great way to take a classic monster and change it up in a way where now the speed is a lot different and what you normally would expect is going to be different. But of course, the third one we came up with, and a lot of our creations devolve into this, but that was a gelatinous poop.
Poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
Is what we decided. Now, you could call it whatever you want, but we picture something that's not cleaning the dungeon, but basically dirtying the dungeon. I don't know, Logan, where this would be created.
So I just kind of think of it as like, what if a goblin is in charge of,
goblins.
This goblin mage in charge of making sure its caves are clean, rolls the natural one on creating it. And instead of a monster that would clean stuff and uses acid to burn it away, it does the opposite, where it produces and adheres to filth. It absorbs it. So this moving mound of garbage in this cube shape, or whatever shape you want to do it in, just collects the waste and the filth and the grime, the mucus, the guts,
whatever it may be,
the corpses of animals and adventurers and goblins, and it's just this moving, nasty,
disease-ridden blob of stuff. So
gross.
This would have naturally some of the power sets you would give it could be like a permanent stinking cloud aura. Within a certain range, 20 feet, 30 feet, whatever, you're suffering the effects of a stinking cloud, which is pretty bad because even to get to it, to hit it or kill it or destroy it, you're going to have to go through that. I know we were talking about maybe there being the terrain wherever it passes or has been, make that difficult terrain, so it's real slippery and nasty, and people are having to go a lot slower. So your movement is slowed, where maybe it's about even now with the gelatinous feces cube,
or at least have to make a dex check or slip on the diarrhea path it leaves.
Well, it'd also help if you have a ranger that can help you get through,
that's true,
difficult terrain or something. So there'd be another use for in a dungeon to use a ranger skill set.
But what if Mark, let's say you're a wizard.
Yeah.
What's a good spell that just destroys everything in your sight?
Always.
Fireball would be a really good one. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. If this thing is laden with this stinking putrescent cloud, let's say it's just, a lot of like methane and all these other flammable gases.
Oh, no.
What if this thing detonates? If it incurs any kind of fire damage?
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, like
that'd be
use
bad.
all the dice. Yeah. That's...
all the dice. Every die you have.
So there you have it. There's 3 ideas of how to take a gelatinous cube and change it in a way where it could be different for you and the players. And again, it's going to keep people a little more engaged because they're not going to know what to expect, especially with a feces cube or something like that, a walking bomb like that.
Imagine, if you will, guys, if you were to combine these 3 kind of forms of gelatinous cubes, if you were to do an awakened sphere of poop or the Aesop.
Okay.
That'd be a game ender. That'd be the big bad. Yeah. Just this thing that travels the countryside, just collecting as it goes. It could be the size of a giant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gosh.
We don't want to go that far. That's taking this to the level that games get broken in. So.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah. I guess so. We're grateful that you guys are here with us today. We love these ideas that we came up with because we came up with them.
Oh, yeah.
But we want to know what you're going to come up with. So what we'd like to do is ask each of you to comment below. Tell us what you thought of ours or give us a new idea. What we will do is when we reach 50 comments on this video, we will do a giveaway for a gelatinous cube, which I painted very terribly figure, and we'll send it to you. We'll do a random draw, and we'll send it to you, and we're excited about this. So share the video if you'd like. Get some more comments involved. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. And with that,
Class dismissed.